Check this out. What is the name of the TNP Zodiac? The first person to say it chronologically will be designated as a TNP moderator for 3 days. No, I'm not kidding. So they can nuke your comment if they don't like it. How's that? I'm figuring anybody who knows the name of the TNP Zodiac Futura Mark II watches the videos and he's a TNPer. So yeah, we'll play that game. I'll watch the comments. Whoever gets it first will be a moderator for 3 days. Don't abuse the authority, dude. Don't delete comments. I'm not saying that. We rarely do it. Rarely. But you can, you know, have the enjoyment of being part of the team here in TNP. Other introduction here on the table, shark patch. That's why I'm bringing up the Zodiac, because I have it in blue form, sticker form on the side of the boat. Web store there on the screen is where you get them. The orange is one of my all-time favorites. For tactical gear, I love wearing the shark patch. It's hilarious. Love the rocket-assisted shark. And since I'm scuba diving in shark waters these days, very appropriate. That's one reason we brought that on board, by the way. You may have wondered, what was the shark about? Well, we always had water operations planned as we're doing Pacific Coast stuff. There you have it. This is an old school ace patch. T-38 Talons over the north. I think I showed it in another video. Kind of an aviation thing. Wegner Classic Field watch. Oh, I love this watch so much. There's a information there. It's 7280. 2.2 ounces is all. $90. What a steal. Links below. This sucker sets itself and it looks great. That's a Lad Weather. Solar and atomic. And it's cheap, dudes. Really cheap. Radio controlled solar. Lad Weather. It comes in various colors too. I just really like those two watches. If I don't mention them, more comments. You guys are, what was the watch? The all-time favorite hot dog patch as we kick off this actually rare Benchmade review. I go to Benchmade's website occasionally looking around, and I'll tell you, man, it's kind of a yawn fest. It's like, okay, that's pretty similar to what they've done, pretty similar to what they've done, pretty similar to what they've done. And then I come across this. What is that? The 4600 Phaeton? That's cool. Very cool. So as we open up the box and take a look-see, it reminds me of another knife in size and in presentation. I've talked about it. I've come out with a special edition. Do you know what that blade was? It's a Phaeton. We'll talk about the action here in a second. If you said the TNP Microtech Ultratech, you are correct, and here it is. Oh, that's a cool blade. This one is marked as serial number 007. It has probably, maybe not doubled in value, but it's gone up. I mean, they trade on the secondary knife market for a lot more than the guys paid for them, which I think was around $225, $235. They're a lot more expensive now. About $400, I'd say, $425. This serial number would probably bring even more because it's a James Bond 007 version. So my special colorization that I wanted, requested from Microtech. Glass breaker at the back there. TNP laser engraved clip. Super cool. I love the Ultratech. There is one thing about the Ultratech that I didn't like so much, and that is it's kind of hard to retract. In fact, some guys are like, oh my gosh, that's tough, and it is. Going forward on that, because we're used to this presentation forward, works great, but retracting a blade, oh my gosh, it's tight. This one hasn't been tuned. I've sent a couple of them back to Microtech to get, you know, checked out. Awesome. And much better when they come back. Now, I will say, if I mention old Microtech, just like a lot of companies these days, maybe some drama will ensue. Some hate will ensue against Microtech or any number of manufacturers I might mention. Please don't do that. I'm concentrating on the gear. I'm not taking sides. Maybe I proved what they did. Maybe I didn't. In one fashion or another. It's always something. Online, it's always a lot of hate over everything. So please don't do that. If I see it and it becomes obnoxious these days, we just shut comments down. Sorry, new moderator. Actually, you can do it in any video. What I was talking about, not just this one. But if I see Microtech hate or Benchmade hate, don't do it. Not welcome. Go to your forums. That's what forums are for. You You can go to your forum and rant all you want about whatever issue that might be currently pissing you off. We're talking about the blades, that's all. Back to this one though, and back to this one. They are identical in size. So this is a 3.45 inch blade. It's S30V in this one. I think it was in our special edition as well. It wasn't S90, I think it's S30. Yeah, it's right there. The one thing I love about this is the action. I'll be honest with you, it dominates the Microtech Ultratech. I mean, it is so smooth. You saw the difficulty I was having retracting that one. This one, dudes, is addictive. All good OTFs are. I mean, they are just so fun. You will basically annoy everybody within a 10-foot, let's call it a 50-foot radius. What is that sound? Dude, put that knife away. I can't. I love it. And then you guys know, and if you don't, you're new to OTFs, this has a safety mechanism, so it will not penetrate anything. It should disengage, which it did, and then you'll just pull it out to re-engage it again. The grind on this is excellent. S30V steel, which I like. I think it's excellent. Let's check the edge. Decent. Really nice edge. And I like this coloration. I noticed floating around there were some FDE colorations of this. You might find that one, so it'll look like my special edition Ultratech. But this is a bayonet bladed one, the two-tone, which I got on that special edition, by the way. Very cool. Second cool thing. But I'd be super happy with a black one. Black is, you know, all-purpose. It always looks good. The only thing you might make a case for is that it's not super collectible, because it's going to be their standard version of it. Handle set looks excellent. It's 6061 T6, same as that one. Most of them use that. The thickness between this, and I'm just using Ultratech because I have it. I don't have that many OTFs in stock. It looks actually like it's a little bit thinner than the Ultratech. And I was talking about how thin and easy it was to carry this one. This one's even better. And notice the deep carry pocket clip on the Benchmade Phaeton, dude. Hope I'm saying that right. And if I'm not, I don't care. I don't. Phaeton. Focus, camera, focus. So that's size for tactical pants, and it's a loop over deep carry pocket clip. Excellent. Some attempt at traction right here with some milling on the aluminum. A little bit of jimping right here. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it kind of does. That in conjunction with a button, you can get a grip on this blade. Philosophy of use, though, I would say, just like I did with the Ultratech and all small autos, is mostly a utility knife, really. That's what it's meant for. Let me lower the camera here a little bit. See you watches. Patches. I don't need no stinking patches. I think that's what it's sized for, is just utility stuff. Opening boxes, cutting string, a little bit of food preparation. Although with my OTF knives, I noticed that be careful with the food prep. And what do I have here to show you as an example? Oh, my Infidel. So my Infidel clip-bladed version was with me the other day. I was cutting a burrito, and dude, I got crap all in here. I was like, juice and sour cream and other crap in there, and I was like, oh, great. So I wiped it off as best I could. I didn't take the knife apart because I don't want to spend the time. You know, when you take one of these auto knives apart, you're asking for a project. I do not recommend it, and in some cases it will void the warranty, and they will be able to know in most cases you've cracked the knife open. So you send it back like, hey, I have a problem with it. You ship it back like, oh yeah, you took the knife apart. Not covered in some cases. I don't know about Benchmade, but I suspect that is the case as well. Just leave it. I just took a hot toothbrush and kind of scrubbed right here, and I got all the gunk out. Point being is that be careful if you're using it as a food knife. Kind of an additional tip there. I love the length of this one. I'm talking here's another Benchmade product. What do you know? I like the Infidel in this version, which they discontinued. The clip-bladed version, I was really sad to see that they discontinued. Which I don't know if a lot of guys bought it because they like the tactical blade. And yeah, I got the other one too. Here's the dagger one, double-edged one. And I like this, not chisel ground like some of them. So this is ground on both sides. It's a wicked blade too, but practically this one's a lot better. And then bouncing back to the 4200 Phaeton, 4600, sorry. So that's more of a practical knife as well. I'm talking the grind. Got some flaps right here. I don't know if that's enough to, let me hold it closer so you can see. I don't know if it's enough to hold it on a consistent angle sharpener so you're not rocking it back and forth as you're taking the stones over it. Probably not. Kind of like the very affordable Lightning. I love this knife. Here we go again, being obnoxious with our OTFs. That seems to have no problems at all with actuation. I think this one has my edge on it too. It does. Oh, that's cool, dudes. Lime green. And these are sold by BHQ. That one there, that's where I buy them. I've got a yellow one too. These are cheap, dudes. Hey, that's just cast pot metal. Who cares? They're cheap, man. They work. I've been carrying these for years. Like EDCing them. I've EDC'd this one for probably about 4 years. Working great. Lightnings. The more beat up they get, the cooler they are. And then I have a Scarab display only. Check that out for collectability. Polycarbonate side case with a crack in it. That's collectible right there. This glass breaker though, dudes, on this Scarab DE is insane. It is way too sharp. I mean, it'll go through your pocket, your hand if you reach into your pocket. Yeah, I wouldn't want to carry this knife, but it's really cool. Nice blade too. Look at that. Scarab DE. See if this one's chisel ground. Nope. It's ground properly. Quality materials on micros are awesome. And then this is an OTF, but I'm going to put it on the table for size comparison against the 4600 Phaeton. Check this. The Piranha Virus, I think, is the name of that one. No, it's not out the front. Like I said, it's still an auto knife, though. I raved about it. The Virus is very cool. Let's compare it. Knife comparison, competitive option. And when we get to cost, hold on to something. This one, the standard version, is about $300. Give or take. You might find it for cheaper. I'll put the link below. It's probably going to be BHQ, which sells it for $297 currently. Hey, I don't like that price. Not my store, dude. Not Benchmade. That's just what they're charging for it. I know, it's ridiculous autos command such a price. They do because the market is willing to pay it. There's the truth. The market's willing to pay. If the market said, hey, we're not buying these, and they just sit on the shelves forever, what do you think is going to happen to the price? You got it. It's going to go down. But that's not the case. All the autos sell at those prices, and it's been that way for decades. But this knife, by the way, is going to get an extremely high likability scale. Price notwithstanding. Meaning that I'll ding it a little bit for price. I have to. I mean, it's a lot more expensive than the Microtech Ultratech is. You know, at least in the day. And I love the Ultratech. It's a freaking cool knife. It's, I wouldn't say better than this one at all because, like I mentioned, the action on this one is stiffer. This action on the Phaeton is perfect. Really fast, really smooth. The lockup for an OTF knife is adequate. It's always got to be a little bit loose, otherwise they don't come out of the handle set at all. Let's check out that Ultratech before we end the video. It's a little bit tighter, actually a lot tighter. Love them both, love them both. Phaeton is going to be totally recommended if you can take the price, if you can. If not, there's 1,000, actually 4 billion other options. Auto Knife Review, Nut and Fancy.